Hello everyone and welcome back to Iron Nest. Sorry, a little delay there. YouTube's being a little bit weird with the stream starting recently, but that seems to all be working now. And yeah, so this is Iron Nest. This is the heavy artillery simulator set in alternate 1920s, where we man a giant iron stumpy robot artillery platform for the Spanish monarchists. And I've just noticed that right here there are lovely instructions for how to use the espresso machine. So there we go. We put the espresso in, put the cup goes in cup slot. How do I... Right, so I got... Yeah. That thing and that thing are for manipulating those. I should be able to... That not attached. This is absolutely not prime gameplay. This is me trying to make myself a drink. Oh, I see. Right. Aha. These weren't actually on. No, you need to be more. You need to be less. This is very important. I do have a coffee in front of me right now, as a matter of fact. So I am very tired this morning, which is going to be absolutely great for the number of mistakes that I make. Yeah, man. You go up more. Right, let's see if I can manage to make a coffee. No, now can I? Oh, I can't. I can manage those two. I can't find... I'm supposed to move this thing over to the side to start and stop brewing, and I can't seem to grab it. So never mind. Let's not spend the entire stream trying to work the espresso machine. I will turn it off because this is the kind of game that if you accidentally leave the espresso machine running, it will explode and start a fire. Welcome Netto Zero and Boomcat. It's 6. The coffee machine is right on track. Yeah, 6 in the morning. It's 10 in the morning here, so a little bit more reasonable time, but I'm still sleepy. Right, okay. So yeah, last time we did the tutorial missions. We then did Liberation. Didn't quite get everything, mostly because I accidentally called an airplane that I wasn't supposed to. But then we did Counter Battery, which is nice and fun. There are definitely Counter Battery ones going, but I'm going to go for this one. A chill one seems like something nice to start today. Let me remember how to play this. It has been an entire week, and that is an eternity for my poor brain. Enemy forces have been caught mid-resupply and in an exposed position. No counter-battery threat has been identified in this sector. High Command has authorised engagement at Iron Nest discretion. Oh, that just sounds delightful. Nice, easy one. Get us started. Go explode some people. Chill mode. This is a replayable sandbox mission. There is no end. There is no objective. Okay, so it's just like a little relax thing. Well, why not? Let's just mess around here. And then we can call it quits when we feel like we have done sufficient. So yeah, for anyone who's not seen Iron Nest before, This is our lovely giant stumpy artillery piece here. I am going to close that grate, otherwise I will fall down that hole at some point. So we get messages here from High Command. So enemy forces caught mid-supply, they're exposed. Underground supply caches are present in the sector. Armor-piercing ordnance required for their destruction. Cache destruction yields additional requisition. And here we've got some important notes. So we've got the iron nest position and spotters 1, 2 and 3. So we'll start off by getting those sorted on our board. So the iron nest marker is this thing. We are at E1, which is way down here, and sector 5-9. So find 5, 9 and put that down so we know where we are. And we've got a bunch of spotters here. So spotter 1 is at A3, 9, 4. 9, 4. Spotter 2 is at D2, is right next to us. 2, 5. Doot. And spotter 3 is at E5, over here. And 08. Doot. Boom. Perfect. So there's us and our spotters all entered. All nice and good. I can get rid of those, don't need those noted down. And now we go over here is our intelligence report. Reference point alpha. Oh, this is a new one for me. There's a reference point that I need to put in. So reference point alpha, I've got a bearing from spotter 1 and a distance from spotter 2. Okay. So I am assuming that is these green ones are meant for that. So 097 from spotter 2. Let's go with that yellow pencil so I don't make any notes as I'm going. Do you consider the games outside of DCS that you put on your channel, or do you just send it with whatever you feel like playing? You mean do I put thought into what I'm picking on Sunday? Yeah, I do put thought in. But I like keeping Sunday as something not really part of the norm. I want something a bit different for Sunday. So it's a lot of indie games that I put in, a lot of kind of first tries of things. Things I generally feel will still mesh a little bit with the audience, but mostly, yes, something a bit different. And I'm always streaming on the Sunday, so I try and pick things that are streaming friendly. So things where there's not too much downtime, things where there's plenty of talking from me. And this kind of thing, this is sort of military, sort of sorry, it's sort of military, sort of cine, but nice and relaxed and fun and chill, so I think this is a pretty good fit. For the main kind of weekly uploads, I stick with doing flight-related games. I try and make sure at least one of my releases each week is DCS directly. Be it a guide or a playthrough or a module review. And then the other one's a bit more open. These days it often ends up just being another DCS thing. I'm mostly focusing on DCS. I'm trying to do more IL2. Friday is always a DCS stream. I've got that kind of fixed in. Morning, Falcatter. More big boomy war crimes. Yup, that's what we're doing. We're totally not the bad guys. Definitely not the bad guys. Nobody do any murder. Everything's fine. Okay, so that is reference point alpha plugged in. I can get rid of all of that. Boop, boop, boop. Right, here we go. Target 1. So we've got a bearing from Alpha, a bearing from Spotter 3. And yeah, well, let's just get all of these entered, marked on the map. May as well. Get it all sorted up ahead of time. Thank you, Boomcat. And yeah, definitely are more reviews and things in the pipeline. I'm getting a little bit more time on my hands lately, so definitely going to be pushing on with some of those, especially ones that have been requested. Right. Anyway. Target 1 bearing from Alpha 068 pencil. Sorry, 062. Yeah, this is the game that very much is going to punish me for making mistakes with numbers, and I'm really good at making mistakes with numbers. Yay! And bearing 082 from Spotter 3. That's over here. 08. Right. Okay. Really far out there. Boop. And so we've got little marker we can place there. That is target 1 right there. Get rid of those so they don't confuse me, because I am easily confused. Target 2 bearing 015 from Alpha. 015. As I said, I'm saying the words 015, I mean 051. I am actually putting in 051, but you can see where this is eventually going to go terribly wrong. And we've got a distance from Spotter 2 of 11 kilometers, 11.88. Okay, that's only intersecting at one point, so that's where target 2 has to be. LeBonk. yeah, it is. It's not diagnosed, but having worked in education for a bit, I am pretty sure I've got dyscalculia. So yeah, number dyslexia. And it cannot possibly hurt in this game. Yeah, this is like the worst game for it. But everything's fine. No one's going to die horribly as a result of me getting two numbers mixed up. That would be a terrible thing to happen. Right, and target 2 has given me a... Oh, sorry. Spotter 2 has given me bearing and a distance. This is the first time I've seen bearing and distance from the same thingamajigger. Right, and it's only 3 kilometers. That'll get it. That one's alarmingly close, actually. 3... It's about 3.36. There we go. And that's target 3, so there we go. Could have done these one at a time, but I quite like getting all of the targets marked out first things first. May as well move to the house next to the Hague to save time. Yeah, everything's fine. Look, there are no cities marked on this map. See, no cities, everything's fine. Now, we have... I'm just going to burn that up. We have been told in the briefing that there are underground supply crashes which need AP ordnance. So we're going to play around with some AP rounds. Yeah, do we have powder charges before I do anything else? Yep, 100 powder charges. That's fine, that's plenty. I am going to have to use incendiary rounds at some point because funny. And yeah, sentences like that will come back to haunt me. Alright, let's go. Three, let's just load them into the left thingy, make it nice and easy to begin with. Actually, I'll tell you what, we'll put one in the right-hand breach. And get both left and right sorted on the first couple of targets here. So now that I've gone and marked on these positions, what I need to do is work out where they are with respect to me. Which is nice and easy. We just take the red pencil, put it where it is. We are measuring the bearing and distance. And boop. And so there, we've got the first one. And I can do all of these if I want to. And boop. I'm actually going to do these in the reverse order just for fun. If I fire on target 1, then target 2, then reload and hit target 3. That should be all quite good and efficient. So the round here. And have I gone past it? Yeah, there we go. AP. So actually going for the bottom one there. So the distance is 14.94 kilometers. And yet this is a lovely tactile game. Wonderful clicky noises on absolutely everything. Right, so I'm going just shy of 15 kilometers. So that is going to require only two. Okay, it's not too bad. Could put morph to go for a higher arc, but I'm not too worried about that. We don't need to push it too much. And yeah, bearing to the target. In this case, it just gets this on our little sticky note. There's 66.9. Okay, 66.9. Target, I have no idea. And have I misread that? Oh no, I need three charges to make it to 15 kilometers. Okay. There we go. So that's the first one I'm going to shoot. The next one is the next one there, which is at 8 kilometers. 8.94. Bearing 63.3. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, it's under 10, so I can get away with just doing 2. And that's solution 2. And then finally that one. We turn all the way down, put this to 2.70. Only gonna need a single charge. Bearing to target is 39.5. And there we go. So that's our order of firing. So the first one here, we're going to load up AP shell is what we want. I didn't mean to do that. That one is the loader end. That goes and slams it in. I want 3 power charges. I go cram those in. And over here, that one is going to go for a second one. So that gets loaded in. It's 2, and we're firing on top target first, so we turn to 50. Oh no, we want to. That's 3, we're going up to 50. $59.7. Oh no, I read the wrong thing, I almost did a whoopsie. Whoopsie is the official term for a war crime, by the way. Right, 66.9 degrees. Then over here, this one goes to 59.7. 60. The other one's going 53. As everything goes and moves through. Adjust it a little bit, 59.76 and 53. Where's 53? 53.64. There we go, there's 6, there's 4, 53.64. Okay, now we get ready. Right, shell type AP is what I want. Bearing 66.9, elevation for left gun 59.76 on the left gun, and kablammy! And now we can immediately move towards the next target. 63.3. Bearing 63.3. Gun is. Yep, 15.64 on the right hand gun. On the first target. Let's just go and watch this since we don't actually have a time constraint on this one. There we go. That's 2 targets knocked out. Later in the game you should maybe try use 30 degree of elevation by adding more charges instead of these high angles, mostly to save time during the arming phase. Okay. Oh, the aiming phase. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Either way, those two targets hit. Let's go knock out that target over there. So, already put in the thingy. This one just needs a single powder charge. And shove it in. Right, in this case, we want to be moving. What am I doing? Right, we want to move 39. Okay, 39, I want 39.5. You are really doing too much. I want to get 32. Right, the other way, 32.4. 32.4. Right. Firing AP at this, because why not? Bearing confirmed, 39.5, elevation 32.4. Left gun armed. And missed it. Kaboosh. I done missed. Okay, the positioning there was off. Well, we can fix that. So it is 1.7 kilometers in roughly that direction. Are you sure? .71 kilometers actually puts it there. Okay, so updated position for number 3 is there. Let's just clear all of this lot. I want to go and explode murder this thing. So we're going to do that, and then we're going to go to a proper mission. I have mostly remembered how all of this goes. Right, still do have an AP round loaded here. So this is at 4.37 kilometers, which only needs a single charge. Right. Unfortunately, I need to go through all of this. There we go. Load that then. Doing that, I can turn this on 44.9. And the angle is... I just completely misread the bloody thing there. So I actually want it's reading the wrong bearing. 39.5. And why do those two disagree with each other? What have I screwed up? 4.43. That bearing I never updated. Okay, 44.9 is correct. Okay, I just didn't update the bearing on the calculation card, which is a little bit embarrassing. So that's okay. I caught my mistake. 44.9. This is genuinely going up to 2.0. 52.44. Okay, 52.44, nice and easy. Boot. Shell type AP, bearing 44.9 is actually the correct one. Elevation 52.44, left gun armed. Let's see if we hit it this time. And yay! Right, there we go. So priority target destroyed, priority target 2 destroyed. Missed shot, priority target destroyed. Cool. Anyway, this is kind of the sandboxy one. So I think let's cool that there. Well, let's stop these things being all broken. And let's go get ourselves a proper mission. Enemies of Castile declare war. Yeah. Okay, so we've got these two. Let's go for Iron Road as our first one. This is something a little bit different. So Valdemula sits astride the supply corridor. High Command intends to sever ahead of the coming advance. The garrison there is expecting reinforcements by rail. So here we have the possibility of hitting moving targets, I believe, should be quite interesting. We've not done that before. We've had time things. Right, let's see what we got. Be prepared, the train will reach Valor main station approximately T equals intercept before arrival. Check secondary time writer for movement schedule. Right, first off let's get our iron nest positioned. We are at C436, which is there. Okay, so we've got 15 minutes. Okay. So there's the station, there's the time of arrival. Rail line runs straight, bearing 090 from main station. And we've got 3 waypoints. Going confirmed, enter the corridor, 5. Right. What we're going to do is we're going to throw it in a HE shell, left-hand side. And I've never used one of these before, so... Oh, I didn't mean to put that on that side. Never mind. Let's grab it anyway. Right, okay. So the train station, I'll just put this in as thingy turn is J604. Yeah, okay, that's there. That is the rail line. And then we've got so 6 kilometers from the station is there. So that is where it is going to be in 4 minutes' time. Get the others marked in correctly. So 4 kilometers is there. And 2 kilometers is that. Let's erase all of those. Let's get our firing solutions on. 2. Right, so got 3 minutes here. Right, so first one, 12 kilometers. Let's see if we can do this. 12.78. Alright, bearing is 80. It's going to be quite tight. 81.9. HE 12 kilometers goes there. Right, that's probably should have gone for the second waypoint, but that's try and be cheeky, grab this one. Right, bearing goes to 81. That 51. 1 minute. Okay. 81.9. No, this is not gonna get there in time, I don't think. 51.20. Oh, right, let's get HE loaded in, right hand magazine, go. That's not bad, it's not bad. Yes! Ha 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 ha! Destroy any remaining rail cars and disembark reinforcements. Bloody hell, got it! Nice, okay. Well, I'm assuming that the rest of the rail cars stopped because I've blown up the track. Right, in which case we can kind of clear those. Right. How big is the incendiary? Doesn't actually say here. we're going to try out an incendiary one. We're going to drop it there, see what it does. Right. Okay, let's just clean all of those. Up, 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 up. Up. Right, we are actually firing incendiary. The range is now 13.21. Bearing just a little bit shifted, not by much need, 82.2. This really matters, but we're shooting at a rail car. LeBonk. Let's see how this goes. Adjustment, 82.2. You get the time it takes for the shot to reach the target on your chronometer. It computes automatically. Left and right markers. Oh, I knew it did that after I fired, but yeah, I see that now. Thank you, Anarchy. I got lucky as fuck. Yeah, I see. So that's 35 seconds. Right, here I want to do 52.84. Yep. Right. Firing incendiary just to test it, because I've never done it before. 82.2, 52.84 on the left hand gun. Yeah, I saw these little ticks ticking down. I didn't realise they were actually there before we fired. That's really useful. Oh, let's see what incendiary does. Well, it did the job. Ooh, and it did spread. Nice. That's cool. But hit there, and then spread a little bit. Hit there. Right, so that's infantry. I reckon if I hit right there... with an incendiary round, that'll kill both those bastards, and then I can put a high explosive round there. Right, so let's clear this lot. Right, so left hand high explosive round is going on target 1 over here. Boop. And then I'll drop an incendiary round here. Okay. Move that out of the way. Yay! Fire spreading, everybody dies. They really made a mistake when they gave me access to incendiary rounds. Right. That goes in the left-hand magazine. Okay, so... Right. Target 1 is actually target 2 here, so that is 13.53. Bearing is 83.3. That's nice and easy. Same number of charges. There's even markets for dropping, for the target being friendly units, which is interesting. Alright. So that's the incendiary one that's going out of... Yeah, so that's the incendiary one. I then have that's going out of left-hand gun. Top one is the one more to the left. This is the one at 12.33. At 80. .7. There we go. This one is our HE. There we go. Technically shooting at some kind of flammable fusion chip. They're not assigned for that. Fine. All day. Right. Don't actually need 3 charges here, do I? Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do. Right. Okay. So this one has the incendiary shell. So... this is our top one, so the left hand is incendiary. Thing. 1, 2, 3. And then ram that lot in. And then here, this is the HE. 1, 2, 3. That in. Fire the incendiary shell first, so that is 83.3. First one, 54.12. Wait, so do more... I'm a bit confused. Do more charges give it a flatter trajectory? Or do they become more arcing? So I'd assume more arcing, but... not sure. Right, and this one needs to be 49.3... 49.32. There we go. Okay, so left-hand gun target. Incendiary is what I wanted. Bearing is 83.3. Left gun elevation 54. 20. Left gun armed. Back. And then we can adjust this to 80.7. Boop. Boop. 8.7. 49.32. Right gun armed. Boop. Right, incendiary rounds go in, and kaboom. Oh, we hit an industrial sector. That fire might go for a bit. That's fine, there are no friendlies there, so no war crimes. And there's that. Fire spreading, fire spreading, fire spreading, everything's fine. Nice. Well done. Allied infantry hold position, awaiting a signal to commence assaults. 2 armoured emplacement blocks block their assault trajectory. Allied infantry cannot advance until they're destroyed. The armoured emplacement require AP shells to destroy. Signal assault. Use the war horn located hanging to the left of the trigger console or to back right, or to the back right of the map table. Signalling before you have completed your task will result in mass casualties. Right. Well, okay, that is that part done. Let's just get these sorted. Yep, right. Delete all the map measurements. I don't need those anymore. And yeah, let's reset the marker tokens. Right, Iron Nest should still be at C436. Yep, so I've not moved, which is not surprising because this thing rocks a lot when it's moving. Right, then we've got Spotter 1. He's at H8 over here. 3-2. H832. And Spotter 2 is at I5 3-4. Beep. Go. Clear those off my little board. Right, I've got 2 targets, pillbox 1, pillbox 2. Let's go get your pen out. So, pillbox 1 bearing 154 from spotter 1. So here's spotter 1. 154. Yeah, 154. Ew, he's really close to spotter 2. .32 kilometers. Really? Okay, so it doesn't particularly matter, but he's right fucking there. Yeah, it has to be right there. Okay, I'm gonna have to make sure I don't explode spotter 1. And then the second one 353. Right, 353 is that. And 0.68. Okay, so there I've got a choice of 2 positions, and I don't think I can hit them both with an AP round. So AP is... oh, that's AP. Yeah, so it's either there, or I send out a star shell. I'll tell you what, I'll hit this target first, just in case we happen to get any better info from that. Alright, it's an AP shell, so it should be nice and safe. That is nowhere near our friendly unit in terms of the AP's explosive radius. Let's fire that one first, see if we happen to get any other intel. Let's definitely not fire the incendiary shell. That would be very bad. Turn it down, not turn it up. It's 3.5 kilometers. Do. There's 3. There's 3.5. Right, strictly AP only. 81.6. I'm gonna check something. Right, so that's 52. Sorry, that's 25. By that there. Sorry. I put that there. Okay. So yeah, the more charges, the more horizontal it fires. Okay, fine, that's fine. I'm pretty sure someone said the more charges, the longer it takes to get to the target. So I'm slightly confused there. Either way, yeah, let's just calculate it with that one. We can hit it in 2, so let's hit it in 2. Right. Our poison shell. The more charges, the faster the shell. Okay, so it doesn't go on a more arcing route. Okay. So last time someone suggested that when I'm trying to do the... when I'm trying to do the counter battery ones, that I put an excess of charges so that it lofts it more, so it takes longer to get to the first site. But I'm guessing that's the wrong way around then. So I want to use the minimum charges on the first ones and then put more charges on the next one, so the shots catch up. Right, 80 to 1, so just adjust the speed a bit, we're almost on bearing. 81.6. Either way, this one I'm faster the shell and the bigger recoil. Ah, oh yeah, I should be fixing this thing, shouldn't I? Oh, I made that worse. Yeah, So let's adjust that a wee bit. 38.10. There we go. Look at me reading numbers like a pro. Right, shell type AP, bearing 81.6, left gun elevation 38.1, left gun armed, and kadoosh. The question is, do I put a flare shot up here? Or do I just yes at one of these two and put an artillery shell down? Ew, I found a thing. In which case, yeah, we have actually just seen that it's not at that position, so target 2 must therefore be at this one. So my little plan of firing the one we knew first worked out. God damn, that was danger close artillery strike there. Alright, and we've got a new thing revealed. Direct hit, pillbox 1, yep. So, a bunch of infantry type guys there, and a very high priority target there, so I'm gonna... Yeah, let's put in commands for clear our pad. Get ready for these two. So, armor piercing round, boop right there. Other armor piercing round, boop right there. It says it's super high priority, so murder time's fun. So yeah, I'm just going to grab a couple of armor piercing rounds in that case. Left. Right. Alright. Okay, 2 nice little targets. So first target is at 6.81. Nice. Armor piercing, bearing to target number 1. 50. 55.3. That is our armoured bunker. And then the next one is at some kind of fancy building. No. And that is 0.92 kilometers, bearing of 74.9. Also AP. That's target 2. Right, so nice and straightforward then. Load up that. That makes big loud noises. 1, 2. That forward over here. Target That's fine. That's likely that I'm next. 55.3. Second shot. And this one at 40.86. Second one at 41.52. Oh, absolute made a mess there. There we go. Right, first target. AP is loaded. 55.3, 48.86 elevation, left gun armed. Bam. Turn us towards second target. So that's 74.9. Wow, past that. 74.9. AP bearing, it's 0.9 elevation, 41.52 right gun armed. Right, nice. First shell hit the target. Did destroy it slightly off, but still within its range. Nice. Okay, they're knocked out. Whatever that is has been identified. Of others that, as far as I'm aware, it should be fine for me to shoot at some little extra bonus targets. Oops. Grab this thingy. Yeah, because if I put a HE shell right there, that should, in theory, wipe out all of that lot, and then there's nothing for the infantry to really worry about. So that's my plan. Right there. And the other target, I'll just fire an AP round at. Right there. Plenty of requisition. Right, so AP goes into the right-hand magazine. HE shot, I would use... yeah, I wonder actually, would it be worth putting in... Yeah, there are no friendly units. If I put that right there with a HECE round... I'll do it the HE round. They're a little close to friendly targets. I think the HE round should do it. So HE round left. So yeah, first one, left hand one, that's 6.19. That's fine, that's fine. Need to update the bearing. It's 60.5. Two thingies, that's fine. And then the second one is what I'm firing the AP at. Lots of different round types, which is fun. So this is 83.2. There we go. At 8.86 kilometers. I'm firing at whatever a star is. Just tell me what that is. Alright, fire director, supply cache. Oh, all sorts of things. Nope, no idea how to do. No idea what this is that I'm firing at, but it's marked with a little star, so it's probably a bad thing, right? Left hand, so HE and AP right. Oh, bugger. I always get these two switches confused. That goes in on T. Loady, back over the other side, Loady. I've read the wrong one again. 60.5 is the first one. Oh, there we go. 60.5. And that is coming down. Elevation is that. This one actually needs to be creeped up a little bit. So we're at 37.14. Let hand go wrong way. There we go, 37.14. This one, 53.16. Ooh. Right, first one. I want HE. Bearing 60.5, left gun 37.14. Arm left gun. I'm just going to watch this one. So I'm kind of curious if my plan works. Almost, not all of them. Okay. Well, that's fine. Second target is at 83 degrees. .2 to be exact. There we go. 83.2. Just firing an AP round at 83.2, 53.16 in elevation. I am hitting things, Flame. Welcome to the stream. I don't know what I'm hitting on this shot, but Recon spotted a thing and it's got a star above it, and star means I get more points if I murder it, so I'm going to murder it. All in all, this one been doing good. Got a very lucky hit on a moving train. So far I've managed not to kill friendly units despite dropping things on their heads. Nice, okay, that's knocked out. What did I just kill? That says enemy hospital. Congratulations everyone. Increase the war crime counter. Now we know what the little star symbol means. Hospital priority target. Well, I don't think we're the good guys. Speaking of which, I'm going to murder that remaining guy, because why not, quite frankly. I'm going to drop an armor-piercing round on his head, because he's quite close to friendlies. I prefer not to murder friendlies on this one. Alright. 6.33. Bearing is at 58.7. Armor-piercing rounds what I'm firing. This is not a hospital this time, this is infantry. Legitimate military target that I'm going to get paid less for killing than the hospital. Oh, right. Armor-piercing round goes in. One, two. Oh, that does its thing. This is going to move. Did I not? There we go, that moves it. Right. 58.3, 58.7. Words, numbers, hard numbers. Numbers are confusing. I don't think numbers really exist. Given that I just exploded a hospital, perhaps it's better if I don't actually look at the numbers that I've got. The numbers may be more harm than good. Right, 3798. Yep, 37.98. Okay. I've not actually been asked to fire at this thing, but let's say I have. Armor-piercing round, bearing 58.7. Elevation 37.98. Left gun armed. Fix that thing. Debunk. Alright, no new enemy units revealed there. Enemy infantry destroyed. Right. Warhorn to the left of the trigger console or back right of the map table. Oh, cool. I'm the aliens from the War of the Worlds reboot. Approach successfully cleared. Ally advancing on Valle de Muna. Primary objective complete. Stand down. Remaining enemy elements in the town are no longer a required target. Continued fire support is authorized at operator discretion. Well, I already did that. I wiped out all those bastards. So I am going to bed. Where's my kitty? Kitty, kitty, kitty. Bother the kitty. Pet the kitty. Grab a kitty. Come here, Mally. You try and figure out what's wrong with the coffee machine, because it wasn't working, Mally. Good cat. This thing won't turn. Good kitty. Good cat. You go sleep there. See, I put the cup in the cup slot, but I can't grab this little red handle here. Very rude. Anyway, time to go to bed. Let's have some sweet dreams. Rebel relief derailed. Madrid, March 14th, 1927. Railway experts report that supplies are significantly less likely to reach the anti-monarchists after the railway itself ceased to exist. His Majesty the King congratulated the General and the Army on their continued transportation reforms, describing them as an investment in a brighter future for all loyal Castilians, present and future. Foreign crates found on traitor's train. Quartermasters inventorying the derailed train discovered several crates stamped Fabrique in France. A discovery officials described as unsurprising, since republics lacking a crown to answer to will arm anyone at all. As one officer explained, a king answers to God and history. A republic answers to whichever committee shouted the loudest that morning. Excellent. Everything's absolutely fine. Nothing's gone wrong. There we go. Look at that. Beautiful targets. Minimal allied casualties, consecutive kills, high kills per shot ratio, and destroyed a significant number of targets without requisitioning any aerial support. Ha 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 ha. And I got position reports, local logistics convoy reports. INS position intel, okay. Wait, is that to report on my own position? Oh god, that's going to be a pain. Emergency move, immediately reposition to an unknown location. Oh god. Smoke shell. Covering smoke shell, non-lethal allied units advancing towards the impact point. Oh, allied units advance towards the impact point. Okay, well that's all. Yeah, right. So that's getting more and more complicated. Speaking more and more complicated, we are going to go on this one here, skirmish counter battery timer. 3 enemy columns converging on the river crossing. Counter battery fire commences with the first shot. High command requires maximum kills before the position is silenced. Oh, so this is another, like, skirmish one, so So this one, for those who weren't here earlier, was a mission to a nice chill one, just destroy as much as you want with no real goal. This seems like the same thing, but the bad guys are going to be shooting back at me. So you know what? Why not? Yeah, replayable mission with high scores. There is no way to beat the mission. The goal of the mission is to get as many kills before you're eventually destroyed by counter battery fire. Yeah, well that sounds interesting. This is going to go horribly. AP rounds required for underground FDC positions. Their destruction suspends the counter battery timer. Hold these for moments when fire planning demands time. Okay, well, let's get our things started. And then everything's going to kick off and everything's going to go horribly, horribly wrong. But let's see how we do. Iron Nest is at D2. There's D2. 7-3. Spotter 1 here. B529. That's right up there. Good. Central position there. D640, D640. Book. And A649. Alright. Okay. That's all of our guys marked in. This is going to go horribly wrong very quickly. Right, I've got reference point alpha. Got bearing from spotter 1. 289. Breeze. Up a little bit. There we go. And is 9.7 kilometers from spotter 2. Far from spotter 2. Should probably put the distance 1 down first so I know how long I need to draw the line. That would make sense. But either way, 470 puts this here. That's a reference point alpha. Right. Okie dokie. Don't know what any of these targets are, so I'm just going to fire AP at them. So I'll get these all entered. Right. So, first target. Bearing 055. Where's 5? There's 5. 5 from alpha. And then from spotter 3 over here. So 8-3. Alright, nice And calmly got target 1 here. Everything's nice and chill until the other guys start shooting back. Then everything's going to be decidedly less chill. This one is 330. Alpha. Then we've got a distance from spotter 1 of 11.43. No. Ah. Messed that up. It's there, so there's target 2. And then we've got bearing and range from target, from spotter 2. So 119. And 4.12. Oh, we can do that. 4.19, 1.19, 4.12. 1, 2, not 2, 1. And then we go down a little bit. Oh, I might find this one hard. Tad. Press a tad. Zoom in. Oh, why am I messing this one up so much? 1, 2. Beep. There we go. And there is target number 3. Alright. All nice and calm. And we can just mark in those targets. Up target solution 1. Fire AP at all of them. Oh, look at all my cards. So 2 AP in the left-hand user, 1 AP in the right-hand user. This thing's already caught fire. We can put in our little targeting profiles. So 15.09. That's going to require 3 shells. AP. And the bearing is 63. .8. 63.8 degrees. No idea what I'm shooting at. Doesn't really matter. Oh, now we need at least 4 to hit that far, don't we? Yeah, there we go. Okay, then the next one is at 10.6. 10.06. Date 10.6. Don't need as much shell. As bearing there, it's 60. 62.2. And then the last one is way down in range. .74. And 2.9. Okay, right. I've got our 3 targets. Get nicely set up. All piercing round goes in. Shove it in the sun as well. First one needed 4 rounds. Next one needs 3. First target is 63.8. Right. Elevation 45.27. This one is over 63.8. First bearing, so T7. We've got the other one sorted. 40.24. Right, okay. Everything's sorted, everything's ready, we're all good. Everything very rapidly is going to go wrong. Now though, .8, 27, and the next one's 24. Left hand's down. Right, and here we go. Right, this adjusts to 62.2. Still needs to get into position. Alright, target 1 missed. Target 2 is a kill. Which has paused the timer. Okay, good, good. Everything's good. So that's okay. So we paused the timer because target 2 is one of these little artillery points. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get ready for right hand to shoot here. Then I'll follow up, hit this one, and then get ready to actually hit this now that we know where it is. That's my plan. Right, so that one is still a valid target. That one required 2 shells. There on that one, 62.9. Right. Just a HE shell between those two guys to take them both out. Oh no, that needs HE to take it out, doesn't it? Okay, that's still fine. I can fire an AP there. Adjust ever so slightly to hit an AP there, and then go for that one. I should still have time. Okay. That's my plan. Right. No. Hang on, no. I need to go to the centre, don't I? Eek. Okay, right, that is our plan. So let's get those sorted. So I'm going to do AP on him. I'm actually going to put in a fire round just in case there are any enemies hiding off here. And then I'm going to put AP on him. Right, so I need an AP. However, I'm going to put in. Yeah, just throw in the hang on, what? That was a tank, wasn't it? Oh, mechanized. Well, let's do an experiment. Incendiary shell, can it kill? Tank. And then AP in the right hand one. Kill shot on the other artillery position. Right, let's get those calculated. So the one that is slightly to the right is this one's getting the AP. Okay, I can do this, I just took a moment to work out what I was doing. Alright, so this is the one that gets the AP round, is at 10.98. Nope, 10.98. Gonna need 3 charges to get that, and it is on a bearing of 61.9. Okay, we can do that. 61.9. there's an armored target. Right. That is the AP one. Then I've got the next target at 11.03 and 60.5. Is at the mechanized doodad. I thought they had a symbol for the mechanized doodad. Apparently not. Alright, whatever. Calculate. Yeah. That should have been the incendiary, just so I can keep track. There we go, and then let's get this last one plugged in. 14.69. And that is the far control point. Bearing is off. That would have been a bit embarrassing. 63.6. There we go. Now I'm actually going to rearrange the order. This is the order I'm firing at. Actually, yeah. Boop, boop, boop. Sentry goes out first. Then I take out the target that's close to me because the gun's already calibrated for that. Then I do the armor piercing round. That should be armor piercing. Oh, I've just put that in wrong. Okay. Right. We can do this. So, incendiary gun going in the right hand one. Armor piercing going in. Oh, there's already an armor piercing round in there. The armor piercing needs to go to about 20 degrees. Bearing for the first target is 60. It's a lovely little peaceful pause you get in between rounds, and this means 2 goes in. Over here, we just need to tweak this down a little bit. 2, 4, 4. Right, so that's ready. And this elevation needs to be 44. Air above where it's going. Alright. Just that a bit. Need 44.12. There we go. Okay, we're doing right gun here, incendiary around 60.5, 44.12 on the right hand gun and only the right hand gun. I immediately go over to 62.9. Left hand gun, 62.9. Right, load AP. Can't load AP. Completely fucking missed. Right. You can load. You can load. Both need 3 ammo doodads. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Shove it in. Shove it in. Right, left hand gun is 3. So left hand gun is going to be firing at 61.9. So left hand gun is 3.92. This one goes up to 58.78. Okay, 43.92. That's that gun good to go. That's left hand gun. Right hand gun is 58.76. Bearing needs to turn 63.6. Right hand gun. You say one of these is firing at that target there. Because that's the counter battery one that I need to take out. Right, okay. So the timer's paused the gun so we can do a little breather. Clear all of these, although I'm going to have to end the stream soon. But I will see what I can do here. So that is... what? 0 to 1 kilometers that way. Are you sure? Oh, no, that was the first one that we had, yeah. The first shot was off. So that's fine. That's dead, that's dead. These things are all still alive. I can't really hit all of those with one shell. So we're going to hit those guys and those guys with armor-piercing shells. With high explosive shells even. Alright, let's get these entered. Shell there. Shell there. Shell there. And shell there. High explosives on the lot. Right. HE. 2 per doodad. Get all of these put into the little computer. HE. Got 3.28. random infantry we're shooting at. Bearing for the first one is 47.0. Okay. Next one, a little bit further. And bearing 65.1. And then 2.7, really close now. 57.2 with 2.57, 2.57, and the bearing is 67.9. And then the last target, much further away at 11.05 and a bearing of 60.5. Oh, it's just over 10. Third shot. Actually, can change the order of these. I'll fire at the further target first, and do the others. Okay. Well, that should be nice and easy. Right, HE shell load. Over here, HE shell load. Degrees, 19.68. This one, 44.20. Okay, we are ready. 60 HE, 60.5, 44.2 gun, and right, rotate 47. On the nose, right hand gun. Alright, next bearing is 65. Times factor, times factor. 65.1. Right, these two are ready. Two charges each. That one hits. that one hit. Nice. Right, that only needs to be at 20.2. Go back. 40. Right, 22.02. And this one is 15.40. Right. 65.1. Caught that just in time. This should be 22.02, not 21.02. Good thing I double checked. Left gun arm. Fire bearing from right one moves up to 67.9. 7.9. Angle 115.2. Beep, 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 beep. Gun armed. Right, clear, clear. Oh, that's supposed to be at 9 kilometers in that direction. What's the target? That is. I've got 9 kilometers around, which is 9 to 10 kilometers. That's somewhere over there. I guess I can drop ultra high incendiary there. There's one of the artillery pieces. Right, so I will... No, not that. New round, drop. Very high explosive in that direction. Hit that artillery gun with regular high explosive. Right. Let's go for HCCL. Left magazine. Don't worry, the counter's ticking down, everything's fine. 13.47. Needs to be 3, bearing 75.7. 75.7. That's that one. Boop. And then next target at 12 kilometers, 12.08. Bearing. Really off. 57.5, 57.5. Right. Load that in. Load that in. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Alright, 2 minutes until we get shot. Right, first target bearing 75.7 degrees. It's 50. 1 minute and we'll get these shots off at least. Right. 53.88. Right, new bearing. Over. This needs to be 48. It's not too far, has it? Oh, not too bad. Oh yeah, massively too bad. Right, that'll come to a stop. This is 48.32, and this is 50. 7.5. Ow. I think we're being shot at. Uh, 7.5. Okay, I missed the position. There it is, baby. Let's be peak. Okay, that one hurt. Right, 12.76. Bearing. Screw it. I can do the bearing manually. Right, AP out. Ow, stop shooting at me. Ow. Alright, 3, 1, 2, 3. You go off. Bearing on the new one is 57.5. We're still pointing the right way. Shut that end. There we go. We died. That's okay, so I need to be leaving the stream there. Not a bad day. So destroyed significant number of targets without requisitioning aerial things, sustained consecutive kills, fired the first shot swiftly after receiving orders and destroying a significant number of targets. Achieved high kills per shot ratio. Okay. But that one is kind of a see how well you can do, but I did get the cluster shell. Nice! Cluster munitions are fun. Yeah, that is where we're going to be leaving the stream for today. So, I will absolutely be continuing this one. Whether I continue on the stream or not is absolutely up to you guys. So if you'd like to see more of this, let me know. Next week is going to be something different. I've got something special planned for next week, so we'll just see if all of that goes ahead. But as always, thank you all for watching. Thank you to all of my Patreon and YouTube supporters. You people are amazing. And as ever, remember to be kind to yourselves and everyone else. Cheers.